Hi everyone, so welcome to my channel. Myself Raza, and in this video I am going to discuss the multiple choice questions of the chapter coordinate geometry. Right, so already related to the previous chapters I have already made videos, so if you haven't watched them, so please go through them so you can see them in my channel. Right, in this video I am going to discuss the previously asked questions related to the chapter coordinate geometry, and this is useful for all competitive exams, so which are based on class 10 syllabus. Right, so watch the video till the end and don't skip the video. If you like the video, please share with your friends so that they also get benefited from this video. Now let us start with the video. So question number 1, area of the triangle formed by the points 0, 0, B 1, 0, and so this is origin and this is A 1, 0 and B 0, 1. Then what is the area of this triangle? Now let us see. So whenever one of the vertex is origin, then area of triangle is given by half into modulus of x1 into y2 minus x2 into y1. So you can remember this formula. So delta is equal to half into x1 into y2 minus x2 into y1. So where we are not considering this particular point origin, then this is nothing but my x1 y1 and this is x2 y2. Now substitute the values. What I am going to get, half into modulus of x1, that is nothing but 1 into y2 is also 1 minus x2 is 0 and y1 is 0, so 0 into 0. So from this half into 1 into 1 is 1 minus 0, so on simplification I am going to get half, so it is nothing but half square units. Next, where do the points lie on the coordinate axis? Minus 4, 0, 2, 0, 6, 0 and minus 8, 0. So if you observe these carefully, all the y coordinates are zeros. So y coordinates are 0 on x-axis. So clearly the answer is x-axis. Next, the distance between 0, 0 and x1, y1. So when one of the points is origin, then distance from origin is simply given by square root of x1 square plus y1 square. You can apply the general formula. So by that also we are going to get the same answer, right? Next, moving on to question number 4, the distance between the points x1 y1 and x2 y2 which are on the line parallel to y-axis. So line parallel to y-axis. So if you observe, so line parallel to y-axis means, so this will be my line. So you can consider this particular line as a line parallel to y-axis. So when a line is parallel to y-axis, then you can observe that the x coordinates of those points will be equal, right? So when x coordinates of these points are equal means simply what we can say, x1 is equal to x2, x1 is equal to x2. So whenever you apply the distance formula, what I am going to get, x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square is nothing but my formula for distance between 2 points. Now whenever a line is parallel to y-axis, then its x coordinates will be equal. That means simply what I can say, x1 is equal to x2. So when x1 is equal to x2, that means this particular thing will become 0. So from that, so this whole thing is 0. Then what I am going to get, I can write it as modulus of y2 minus y1, or so sometimes you can write as y1 minus y2 within the modulus. Hence the answer is option A. The same way, if condition is changed to x-axis, then you will have modulus of x1 minus x2 or x2 minus x1. That is nothing but option D, right? So that depends on the question. Next, the midpoint of line segment joined by 4, 5 and minus 6, 3. So already we know the formula for midpoint. So what is midpoint formula? x1 plus x2 by 2, y1 plus y2 by 2. Since it is a point, so we will be writing x coordinate first and y coordinate next. Now on substituting the value, so what I am going to get, so 4 minus 6 by 2 comma 5 plus 3 by 2. So when I simplify, 4 minus 6 is minus 2 by 2 is minus 1, 5 plus 3 is 8, 8 by 2 is 4. Hence the answer is minus 1 comma 4. Next, the distance to x-axis from the point 3 comma minus 4. The distance to x-axis. Now for suppose if I consider the coordinate system, that is nothing but coordinate axis. So this is my x-axis and this is my y-axis. Now what about this point 3 comma minus 4? 3 comma minus 4 means it is present in fourth quadrant. So for suppose if I consider this as 3 comma minus 4, then what I can say from this? So this is 3 units from y-axis and 4 units from x-axis, right? So this is 3 and this is minus 4, right? Now this distance, so this distance is 3 units and this distance is 4 units. Now what is he asking? The distance to x-axis. So to x-axis means, that means this distance we need to find it. Hence the answer is option B. Now for this simple logic you can remember, distance to x-axis means, so distance to x-axis means simply consider modulus of y coordinate. Consider modulus of y coordinate. So distance from x-axis or distance to x-axis is same, right? So it is nothing but modulus of y coordinate, that is nothing but modulus of minus 4, which is nothing but 4, because distance is always positive. Okay, if you ask distance from y-axis, then you need to take x coordinate. Okay, next, if the midpoint of minus 4 comma a and 2 comma 8 is minus 1 comma 5, then what is the value of a? So already we have seen the midpoint formula here, so we are going to apply that. What we are going to get? Minus 4 plus a by 2 comma, sorry, not minus 4 plus 2 by 2 comma a plus 8 by 2. So this particular midpoint is already given as minus 1 comma 5. Now what we can do, since I need the value of a, I can compare the y coordinates. So by comparing the y coordinates, what I am going to get? A plus 8 by 2 is equal to 5. So when I cross multiply, a plus 8 is equal to 5 to the 10. From this, a is equal to 2. Hence the value of a is 2 here. Next, moving on to question number 8. The graph of y is equal to 5. So always, so whenever you have these type of bits, so first of all go with the coordinate axis. Now draw the graph of y is equal to 5. So y is equal to 5 means, so on y axis, so you are going to have 5. So y is equal to 5 means you will be having this line. This is x axis and this is y axis, and this is nothing but my y is equal to 5 line. If you observe clearly, so this is parallel to x axis, right? So you can say it is parallel to x axis, or you can say perpendicular to y axis also. So you can say it is perpendicular to y axis also. So that means these both options will come for this question. So y is equal to 5 means it is parallel to x axis as well as perpendicular to y axis. So both the options will satisfy the answer. Okay, so here two options are given as perpendicular to y axis, so there is some mistake, I think, right? So both options will be satisfying this equation. Or for suppose if this is perpendicular to x axis, then these two options will be different, but still option A and option B will be satisfying the given equation, right? Next, if the midpoint of x minus y comma 8 and 2 comma x plus 5 is 5 comma 10. So already we have used the formula of midpoint. So what is midpoint formula? x1 plus x2 by 2 comma y1 plus y2 by 2. If we substitute the values, so this I can write as x minus y plus 2 by 2 comma 8 plus x plus y by 2. Now this is x1, so this whole thing is x1, this is x2. Next, this is y1 and this is y2. Now which is equal to 5 comma 10. On simplification, or directly you can compare the x coordinates as well as y coordinates. So based on this, what I am going to get? First one is x minus y plus 2 by 2 is equal to 5, and the second one is 8 plus x plus y is equal to, so by 2 is equal to 10. So when you do cross multiplication, x minus y plus 2 is equal to 10. So from this, x minus y is equal to 8. Now solving this equation, 8 plus x plus y is equal to 20, x plus y is equal to 12. Now difference of two numbers is 8 and sum of two numbers is 12. Now from this what we can do, let this be equation number 1 and let this be equation number 2. Solving by means of pair of linear equation in two variables. On adding 1 and 2, what I am going to get, 2x is equal to 8 plus 12 is 20. From this x is equal to 10. If x is equal to 10, then automatically y is equal to 2. Hence what is the point, 10 comma 2. Hence option C will be my answer. Next, the distance between 0 comma 7 and minus 7 comma 0. So directly you can apply distance formula. What I am going to get, x2 minus x1 whole square, that means minus 7 minus 0 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square, that is nothing but 0 minus 7 whole square. What I am going to get, minus 7 minus 0 means minus 7 whole square is 49 plus 0 minus 7 is minus 7 whole square is 49. So 49 plus 49, so this can be written as square root of 2 into 49. Already we know square root of 49 is 7, so this can be written as 7 root 2. Hence the answer is 7 root 2. Next, slope of y-axis. So slope of y-axis is not defined. Slope of y-axis is not defined. Then this 0 is nothing but slope of x-axis. So slope of x-axis is 0 and slope of y-axis is not defined. Next, the distance from x-axis to minus 4 comma 3. So distance from x-axis. So x-axis means you need to take the y coordinate. So already we have discussed previously. Hence the answer is 3. Next, moving on to question number 13. The distance from origin to 2 comma 3. So already we have discussed from origin to 2 comma 3. So what is the formula? Square root of x1 square plus y1 square. Now substituting the values, so 2 square plus 3 square, which gives me 2 square is 4 plus 3 square is 9. So square root of 9 plus 4 is square root of 13. Hence the answer is square root of 13. Next, distance from y-axis. So already we have discussed. So distance from y-axis means you need to consider the x coordinate. So what is x coordinate here? 4. Hence the answer is 4 units. Next, the midpoint of 2 comma 3 and minus 2 comma 3. Midpoint of 2 comma 3 and minus 2 comma 3 means, so x1 plus x2 by 2 comma y1 plus y2 by 2. That formula we need to apply here. Then what I am going to get, 2 minus 2 by 2 comma 3 plus 3 by 3. Sorry, 3 by 2. So which gives me, so 2 minus 2 is 0, 0 by 2 is 0. Next, 3 plus 3 is 6, 6 by 2 is 3. Hence the answer is 0 comma 3. The centroid of the triangle formed by 0 comma 3, 3 comma 0 and 0 comma 0. So what is centroid? So centroid is denoted by G and it is equal to x1 plus x2 plus x3 by 3 comma y1 plus y2 plus y3 by 3. Or simply you can remember it as the average of x coordinates and average of y coordinates, right? Then what I am going to get, 0 plus 3 plus 0 by 3 comma 3 plus 0 plus 0 by 3. Now 0 plus 3 plus 0 is 3, 3 by 3 is 1, so 1 comma 1 will be my answer. Hence option A is my answer. Next, a line makes 45 degrees angle with x-axis. A line makes 45 degrees with x-axis. So here additional information should be given with positive direction of x-axis. Then its slope is. Then what do we know? So here the inclination is given as 45 degrees. So slope is given by m is equal to tan theta. M is equal to tan theta. Then from this we can write tan 45 degrees. Already you know from trigonometry tan 45 degrees is equal to 1. Hence the slope is 1. Next, if origin is the centroid. So what he is telling you? Centroid is nothing but origin. Then what is the value of y if these three are the vertices of the given triangle? Now based on this, what I can say, 0 comma 0 is equal to, now average of x coordinates, that is nothing but 3 minus 6 plus 3 divided by 3 comma 2 plus y minus 2 by 3. Now since I need the value of y, I need to compare the y coordinates. So before comparing, here plus 2 and minus 2 can be cancelled. Now finally what I am going to get? 0 is equal to here y by 3. So when 0 is equal to y by 3, clearly y is equal to 0. Hence the value of y is 0 here. Next, moving on to question number 19. So which of the following cannot be a point on x-axis? So how will be the form of point on x-axis? So point on x-axis is generally denoted by x comma 0. A point on x-axis is denoted by x comma 0, right? That means a point on x-axis means its y coordinate will be 0. Okay, so if you observe, so its y coordinate is 0, its y coordinate is 0, and here also its y coordinate is 0. That means these 3 points are lying on x-axis. Clearly 0 comma 2 does not lie on x-axis. Okay, next, which of the following is a point of intersection of x-axis and the line y is equal to x plus 5? So the point of intersection of x-axis means, already we know on x-axis y will be equal to 0. On x-axis y will be equal to 0. Now simply what I can do, in this equation I am going to substitute y is equal to 0. So from this 0 is equal to x plus 5, from this x is equal to minus 5. Then how will you write the point? So point will be written as x comma y, that is nothing but x is minus 5, y is 0. So answer is minus 5 comma 0. Next, the nearest point to the origin is. So nearest point to the origin means, simply what we need to do, we need to find out the distances, right? Since he is talking about origin, then we can make use of square root of x1 square plus y1 square formula. Okay, now first option A if you take, so what I am going to get, square root of 2 square plus 3 square. Okay, because here when you take minus or plus under square, it becomes positive. That means this is nothing but 4 plus 9, which gives me root 13. Next, if you go for option B, square root of 5 square plus 0 square, clearly it is 5. Next, if you go with option C, 0 square plus minus 5 square means 5 square you can consider, hence it is 5. Next, option D, 1 comma 3, that means 1 plus, so 1 square plus 3 square, which is nothing but root over 10. Now among all these, so root 13 means, so 5 can be written as root 25, this can also be written as root 25. Amongst all these, so which one is smaller? So root 10 is smaller, hence 1 comma 3 is nearest to the origin. So likewise you can verify. Next, if a line is passing through 2 comma 3 and 2 comma minus 3, 2 comma 3 and 2 comma minus 3, then what can you say? Simply go with the coordinate axis. So what is the value of, so where 2 comma 3 will be? So 2 comma 3, so this is 2, if I consider, if there is 3, then 2 comma 3 will be here, right? So 2 comma minus 3 will be exactly in the 4th quadrant. Then if you join this, what I am going to get? I am going to get a line which is parallel to y-axis. So this is a line which is parallel to y-axis. Then what can I say? So this line is parallel to y-axis. So that means this is correct answer. Next one, since it is a line which is parallel to y-axis, since slope of y-axis is not defined, slope of this parallel line is also not defined. So clearly 2 and 3 will satisfy, hence option A will be my answer here. Next, moving on to question number 23. The point 0 comma 5 lies on. Here if you observe, x coordinate is 0. So x coordinate is 0 means, that means it lies on y axis. So when x coordinate is 0, it lies on y axis. If y coordinate is 0, then you can say it lies on x axis. If both x and y are zeros, then simply we can say that it is an origin, right? Next, question number 24. A is nothing but a point log 8 to the base 2 and log 25 to the base 5, and B is point log 10 to the base 10 and log 100 to the base 10. Then the midpoint of AB. So first of all we need to write down the value of A. So what is point A? So point A is nothing but, you can write as log of 8 means 2 cube to the base 2 comma log of 5 square to the base 5. Now using power rule, what I can say? So this can be written as 3 and this can be written as 2. Next point B, I can write it as log 10 base 10 is nothing but 1, and log 100 can be written as 10 square to the base 2, base 10. Okay, now from this what I can say, 1 comma using power rule, so this is 1 comma 2. Now what is he asking? Midpoint. So midpoint of AB, already we know the formula for midpoint of 2 points, that is nothing but x1 plus x2 by 2, y1 plus y2 by 2. Now on substituting, so 3 plus 1, so 3 plus 1 by 2 comma 2 plus 2 by 2. Now 3 plus 1 is 4, 4 by 2 is 2, next 2 plus 2 is 4, 4 by 2 is 2, hence the answer is 2 comma 2. Hence the answer is 2 comma 2. Next, slope of the line passing through the points 0 comma sin 60 degrees and cos 30 degrees comma 0 is. Now first of all, write down the points in normal form. So 0 sin 60 means root 3 by 2. If you don't know those trigonometric values, you cannot proceed with the problem, right? So 0 comma 3 root 3 by 2, cos 30 value is root 3 by 2 comma 0, right? Now what is he asking? He is asking you to find out the slope. So we know the formula for slope. Slope is given by y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. So based on this, y2 minus y1 means 0 minus root 3 by 2 by x2 minus x1. So x2 minus x1 means root 3 by 2 minus 0. Now if you observe it carefully, so 0 minus root 3 by 2 is minus root 3 by 2 by root 3 by 2 minus 0 is root 3 by 2. So both will cancel minus 1 times, hence the answer is minus 1. Next, distance of a point 3 comma 4 from the origin. So from origin means you can directly apply this distance formula, x square plus y square under square root. So which can be written as root over 9 plus 16. So root over 16 plus 9 is 25. So square root of 25 is 5. Hence the answer is 5 units. Next, moving on to question number 27. The area of given triangle is 60 square units, then x is equal to. Now if you observe this carefully, this is nothing but, so here x and y axis are meeting at origin. Then this is my right angle. So we can clearly say that this triangle is a right angled triangle. So this triangle is a right angled triangle. Now if you observe, this length is called as x-intercept and this length is nothing but x, because here the point is x comma 0. From origin if you consider, this length is x. Next, this particular point is 0 comma 10, that means this length is the y coordinate, which is nothing but 10. Okay, so here if you observe, height is 10 and base is x. Now based on this, already we know the area of triangle formula, which is nothing but half into base into height. So which is given as 60 square units. Now when I substitute the values, half into base is x units and height is 10, which is equal to 60. Now in 10 table, so this 60 goes 6 times. Now from this, x is equal to 12. Hence the value of x is 12. Next, x coordinate of intersecting point of two OG curves represents. So this particular thing belongs to this chapter statistics. Here we are having the concept of coordinate system, so hence we have considered this. So the intersecting point of two OG curves is nothing but represents the median. It represents median, right? Next, the centroid of a triangle whose vertices are given. Now we need to find out the centroid. What is the formula for centroid? It is nothing but average of x coordinates comma average of y coordinates. Then what I am going to get? Minus a plus a 0 plus a by 3 comma 0 plus b plus 0 by 3. On simplification, minus a plus a gets cancelled. This overall value will become 0. Next, here this is b by 3. Hence the centroid is 0 comma b by 3. Next, moving on to question number 30. The formula to find out area of a triangle is, so to find out area of triangle, we are having half into base into height, and there is one more formula, square root of s into s minus a into s minus b into s minus c. So this is nothing but we call it as Heron's formula. We call it as Heron's formula. So whenever the three sides of a triangle are given, you can use this formula, right? Then hence the answer is A and C. Next, in the given figure area of triangle OAB. So clearly this length is 3 units and this length is 4 units, because by looking at the points we can say, right? So this length is 3 and this length is 4. That means clearly base is 3 and height is 4. Then area of triangle is given by half into base is 3 into height is 4. So 3 4s are 12, 12 by 2 is 6. Hence the answer is 6 square units. Next, the slope of line that passes through the points P x1 comma y1 and Q x2 comma y2 and making an angle theta with the x-axis is. So what we can say? So it is passing through x1 comma y1 and x2 comma y2 and making an angle theta with x-axis. Then what can you say? So it is given by y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. So this is nothing but slope formula, y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. So this can also be written as tan theta. For suppose in this option, if tan theta is given, then this can also be considered as the answer, right? So what can be the answer here? Option C is my answer, right? So for suppose if tan theta is given, then you need to consider that also. Next, moving on to question number 33. In coordinate plane, if line segment AB is parallel to x-axis. Now for this what I should do? So I need to draw a coordinate axis, then only I will get a, so we will get a clarity, right? Then which of the following is correct? So AB is a line segment. So AB is a line segment which is parallel to x-axis. So since this is x-axis, then one line segment AB is drawn parallel to x-axis. Not only above, you can draw below also. Now from this what I can say? X coordinates of the point A comma B are equal. Now first of all, what is this point? So this point you will have x as negative and y as positive, right? That means you will have x1 and some y. And this point B we can write as x2 comma some y, because here y coordinates will be equal since it is parallel and its height will be equal. That means if I consider this height as y, then both the points will have y coordinates as y. So from this what I can say? Y coordinates of the points A and B are equal, because here x coordinates, here x coordinate is negative and here x coordinate is positive. So clearly from there you can understand that x coordinates are different. That means only possibility is y coordinates are equal. Next, the area of the triangle whose vertices are 0, 0, 3, 0 and 0, 4 is. Now if you observe this thing, so one of the vertex is 0, 0. Already we have discussed about this. What is the formula? Half into x1 into y2 minus x2 into y1 when one of the vertex is origin. This is area of triangle formula when two vertices are considered and one of the vertex is 0, 0. And this 3, 0 and 0, 4 are on x-axis and y-axis. Then what I am going to get? Half into modulus of x1 is 3 into y2 is 4 minus 0 into 0. Now from this half into modulus of 12 minus 0, so which is going to get 6 square units. Hence the answer is 6 square units. Next, the slope of the line passing through the points minus 1, 1 and 1, 1. So already we know the formula to find out the slope y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. y2 minus y1 means 1 minus 1 by x2 minus x1 means 1 minus of minus 1. So this gives me 0 by 2 which is equal to 0. If slope is 0, so if slope is 0, then we can say that it is slope of y-axis or slope of x-axis or line parallel to x-axis. Okay, so we can say that it is slope of line parallel to x-axis. Next, moving on to question number 36. If the coordinates of the vertices of a rectangle are 0, 0, 4, 0, 4, 3 and 0, 3, then the length of its diagonal. So simply what you can do is you can draw the figure. So this is 0, 0. Next 4, 0 means this point will be on x-axis. So this is 4, 0. Next 0, 3 means so it will be on y-axis 0, 3 and the point of intersection of 0, 3 and 4. So this particular point will be representing 4, 3. Right? So from this what I can say? So this length is 3 units and this length is 4 units. right? So this is 4 and this is 3. Now clearly what is he asking? So he is asking you to find out the length of the diagonal. So length of the diagonal means it is nothing but hypotenuse of this particular triangle or this particular triangle. Then what I can say, or directly you can find out the distance between these 2 points, no, 0, 0 and 4, 3. So which is nothing but 4 square plus 3 square, which gives me 25, which is equal to 5. Hence the answer is 5. Next, sum of the distances from A 3, 4 to x-axis and from B 5, 7 to y-axis is. So here he is telling 2 x-axis. So 2 x-axis is what should I consider? The y coordinate. So y coordinate is 4. Next, here from B to y-axis. So y-axis means you need to consider x coordinate. So those sum of distances he is asking. So 4 plus 5, which is equal to 9. Hence the answer is option Delhi. Next, x, y, 2, 0, 3, 2, 1, 2 are the vertices of a parallelogram. Then x, y. So whenever you want the fourth vertex, so when you are knowing 3 vertices and if you want to find out the fourth vertex, then you can use 2 concepts. The first one is either you can go with midpoint concept. So midpoint of diagonals are equal. So you can use this concept, or directly you can go with the formula, right? So that formula also obtained from, that result is also obtained from this particular formula only, right? Now let us see. So draw the parallelogram first. So what are the things? X, y, and this is 2, 0, this is 3, 2, and this is 1, 2. So whenever you want this, what you should do is add these 2 vertices. So add these 2 vertices and subtract the opposite one. So x, y's opposite one is this, right? So first of all you need to add these 2 vertices and subtract the corresponding opposite vertex of x, y. Then what I am going to get? So I can write x is equal to, what is x coordinate here? 1 plus 2 minus the third one we need to subtract, right? So 1 plus 2 minus 3, which is equal to 0. The same way y is equal to 2 plus 0 minus 2, which is again 0. Hence x, y is 0, 0. The same thing we can do it by midpoint formula also, right? So by midpoint formula, how can you do? So you need to find out the midpoint of these 2 points and then the midpoint of these 2 points, and you need to equate them. What I am going to get? So 1 plus 2 by 2, 2 plus 0 by 2. So this midpoint of these 2 points is equal to x plus 3 by 2, y plus 2 by 2. Now on simplification and comparing, all the denominator contains 2's, then no need of writing those 2. Then what I can say, 1 plus 2 is 3 is equal to, comparing the x coordinate, x plus 3. So from this x is equal to 0. The same way here, comparing y coordinates, so 2 is equal to y plus 2, that means y is equal to 0. So likewise also you can obtain the answer for this question. Next, the graph represented by y is equal to x. So y is equal to x means, so whenever you take x is equal to 1, you need to get y is equal to 1, right? So this is nothing but my graph for y is equal to x. And if you observe, this is nothing but graph for y is equal to minus x. So you can remember this graph. So y is equal to x means it will be slanting right hand side. If y is equal to minus x is asked, then it will be slanting to the left hand side. Or simply what we can say, if it passes through q1 and q3, then it is y is equal to x graph. If it passes through q2 and q4, then it is y is equal to minus x graph. And if you observe, that will be passing through the origin. Okay, so these two are nothing but quadratic graphs. Next, moving on to question number 40. The distance between 2 points a cos theta, 0 and 0, a sin theta. So what is distance between 2 points formula? So x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square, that is 0 minus a cos theta whole square plus a sin theta minus 0 whole square. Now on simplifying, what I am going to get? So this is nothing but a square cos square theta plus Here I am going to get a square sine square theta. So from both the terms I can take a square as common, then I will be left with cos square theta plus sine square theta. So what is the value of cos square theta plus sine square theta? So it is an identity, so then I can write as a square into 1, so which is equal to modulus of a. So which is nothing but modulus of a. So here option A is my answer. So here it should be given as modulus of a because the distance is always positive. Next, area of triangle. So already we know this approach. So this length is 2 and this length is 3, because here it is 2 comma 0, hence this distance is 2, and here 0 comma 3, hence this distance is 3. So directly writing the formula, so half into 2 into 3, so 2 gets cancelled, so this gives me 3 square units, right? Hence the answer is 3 square units. Next, the slope of the line passing through points 4 comma 6 and 2 comma minus 5 is. So already we know slope formula, it is nothing but y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. Now minus 5 minus 6 by x2 minus x1, so 2 minus 4. Minus 5 minus 6 is minus 11 by minus 2, which gives me 11 by 2. Hence 11 by 2 is my answer here, right? So these are all the previously asked questions, right? I hope you have understood each and every problem, right? So thank you for watching the video and stay connected with the channel for further more videos. So if you like the video, please share with your friends, and once again thank you for watching the video.